As government pushes the Viksit Bharat Ji Ram Ji bill in Lok Sabha, Congress launches nationwide protests over Manrega renaming. Shocker from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. Cops reveal that a man killed his wife and two daughters for not wearing a burqa, confesses to the crime. A day after Delhi Environment Minister issues conditional apology for capital's air emergency, government expands the 50% work from home directive to private sector as well. Emergency services exempted. Dying man's wife forced to carry him on a bike from hospital to hospital due to unavailability of doctors and ambulances, met with indifference from passers-by after bike crashes en route to a third hospital in Bengaluru. Let's get started with some breaking news that's coming in. CNN News 18 has now accessed the probable line of questioning that awaits the Luthra brothers, who were, remember, brought in from Thailand yesterday. They landed in Goa. They landed in Delhi. They've now been taken to Goa. Sources say Goa police is going to be questioning them on several things, including why they felt the need to leave the country the night of the fire. Remember, they are under the scanner for negligence, for culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Over 25 lives that were lost at one of their clubs during the inferno on the 7th of December. Police are now seeking clarity on the role of the primary owners or the partners who exercised ultimate control over the club operations. Remember, apart from the two Luthra brothers, there is a third partner who has been cooperating with the investigation since the fire broke out. Many believed he was only a silent partner, but he was the one who has been vocal and been cooperating with the police, whereas these two individuals, Siddharth and Gaurav Luthra, were in Thailand. They flew out the day of the blaze only to be hauled back yesterday. There are several details that CNN News 18 has now accessed of what the Goa police is wanting to seek answers on from the Luthra brothers. Anshul, my colleague, joins us, getting us more details on that. Anshul, you've accessed the line of questioning of what are these questions really that the Goa police is going to hammer this duo with?
Well, the groundwork has been set by the Goa police at this point in time, because remember, over the last 10 to 12 days since the time both these accused were actually absconding, the groundwork to carry out the entire interrogation has already been set up by the Goa police. There are several pertinent questions that the Goa police needs answer to. One of the most important question is being who is the person who is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the pub. Was there any sort of what was the exact reason due to which there were the fire safety equipments that were needed to be on ground zero that were not present over there? Did the owners actually have an idea that their pub is not equipped of the firefighting methods? Apart from this, the Goa police also at this point in time needs to find out that who were the exact people who were looking after the day-to-day operations, who were the exact people who were looking after the events. Was the permission taken for fireworks to be done inside the pub? Is another pertinent question that needs to be answered. Generally, according to the public safety norms over here in Goa, a pub can have a maximum capacity up to 150 people. Why were there more people that were present inside the pub? Why were the exits not made in the right manner? Was any sort of a bribe? Now, this is a very important question, and this is something that a lot of allegations have been raised as well. A lot of questions have been raised regarding the same as well. Was any sort of a bribe given to any person in the Goa administration to overlook the discrepancies that were already present inside the pub? If at all bribe was given, who were the people who were given these bribes? How were these bribes given, or how were the gifts given? So all these questions are very pertinent questions, as these questions will actually help the Goa police in forming an exact sequence of events as to what were the exact events that initially led to the fire, and then eventually who were the people, who were the officers as well, who were actually responsible for overlooking and giving a free run to Burj by Romeo Lane, due to which 25 people had to lose their life. At this point in time, the medical examinations of both these accused are being done. One of the Luthra brothers have in fact complained of a chest pain, and that is something that is being looked into by the authorities. I'm standing right at the hospital. The room that you are seeing behind me, the casualty room, right here, is where the checkup is being done at this point in time. Goa police is treading very, very carefully at this point in time. They are trying to make sure that each and every legal procedure that needs to be followed at this point in time, that can be followed in the right sense, so that there is no advantage that could be given to the defense at this point in time or to the accused at this point in time. That is the reason why we saw yesterday as well at the Delhi airport, it took them more than 5 hours to complete the formalities of arrest, and then eventually after facilitating the entire procedure, they finally took him to the Patiala House Court, where they sought where they sought a transit remand. Now the transit remand has been given for 48 hours, out of which 12 hours have already elapsed. At this point in time, after reaching Goa, their medical examinations are being done. Once this medical examination is done, then it is very likely that they would be taken straight towards the Mapusa Fort, where yet again, out of sources in the Goa police have confirmed to us that the Goa police will seek the maximum custody, that is a 14-day custody of both these accused, so that all these questions could be asked to these accused, and a clear plan is actually made out as to what were the exact reasons and who were the people who were responsible for the loss of lives of these 25 innocent people.
So that questioning is expected to happen only once these two individuals are produced in court, depending on what sort of remand is granted. But the Goa police, of course, is going to push with the maximum that is available to them, which is why custodial interrogation is also going to be extremely important to figure out not just their role. But Anshul, what is more important is that they seem to have flouted norms at every single level. So it's important to find those individuals who would be your panchayat officers, who would be your IS officers, policemen who would have not implemented these demolition orders. All of those linkages will also have to be established by the police.
Well, definitely. The first point that the Goa police will try to find out is that who was the person who was responsible for the day-to-day business or the day-to-day working of the club. Were the Luthra brothers themselves responsible, or someone, a third party, was actually hired to look after the day-to-day operations? Because as you rightly mentioned, that right from ground up, each and every policy that was made by the Goa government, that was flouted very openly by the pub, starting from the land use records, which was an agricultural land, and it was used to make a pub used for commercial activities. This is the first thing. This is the first norm that was flighted. So for this permission to be given of commercial use of land, was any sort of a bribe given to any person? Who were the people who were responsible for giving these permissions? Who were the people who actually overlooked and did not respond at the right time, due to which the norms that were supposed to be followed on the ground, that was not done? So all these questions needs to be answered, and hence a detailed interrogation is something that the Goa police is hoping for at this point in time. So we are expecting that in the next few minutes as well. In the next few minutes as well, they will be taken from here and they will be taken straight towards the court. One of the Luthra brothers, as I mentioned, has maintained that he has a slight chest pain, and that is the reason why he's being checked up right behind in the casualty ward. Over the last 20 minutes, they have been inside, and a detailed checkup is being done by the Goa police, because before producing in front of the court, the Goa police wants to make sure that there is no advantage of any sort that can be given to these accused that could actually go against the police and the plan at this point in time. Because after a lot of hard work, finally these accused have been brought back to Goa, and now the focus of the police is to make sure that the technicalities that are needed to be done, these technicalities are done in the right way and the right manner.
Right, Anshul, do stay on with us, because the two brothers, the Luthra brothers, Siddharth and Gaurav Luthra, have a lot of answering to do. And it's not just the Goa police that wants these answers. The rest of Goa, the rest of the country also wants answers as to why they felt the need that they could prioritize money over safety and lives of people. CNN News 18 has also confronted the Luthra brothers. Once again, this is the fourth time around in the last 24 hours that your channel has tried to put forth these tough questions to the Luthra brothers, trying to get in some answers from them. They were just taken for their medical checkup, like Anshul was also pointing out, and we tried to yet another buttonhole these Luthra brothers, try and get some answers. Unfortunately, none of them were forthcoming.
Mr. Luthra, will you apologize to the people who have lost their lives? Why did you flee from the country? Why did you flee from the country, Mr. Luthra? Were you evading the laws? Why did you flee? Why did you flee? Are you ashamed? Will you apologize to the people who have lost their lives? Will you apologize to the people who have lost their lives, Mr. Luthra? Mr. Luthra, will you apologize to the people? Why did you flee the country? Why did you flee the country?
Anshul and Simran, both my colleagues, are reporting from Goa, getting us these details. Anshul, you were the one who were trying to put those questions to the Luthra brothers. The Goa police, of course, trying to shield them from all the media that's waiting. But absolutely no answers coming in from either of them, not a peep from either of them.
Well, definitely, there is very little answering that has been done by the Luthra brothers at this point in time. Initially, this morning itself, for the first time, I confronted them at the Delhi airport itself, and then they were in the flight where they were along with the Goa police, 7 members of the Goa police. The two Luthra brothers were seated at the rear end of the vehicle, and during that entire flight of approximately 2 hours and 40 minutes, they did not even look up. They were trying to hide their face from the public. They were trying to hide themselves. They were wearing a hoodie. They were wearing masks just to make sure that no one actually recognizes them. And they did not utter even a single word during that entire duration of flight. And as soon as they landed over here in Goa, CNN News 18 confronted them yet again and yet again. There has been absolutely zero answering that has been done by the Luthra brothers. The larger question that still remains, that why did they actually flee from the country? Who actually tipped them off? Did someone from the authorities, did someone from the police actually tip them off that they could be arrested by the Goa police, and that was the reason that they decided to flee from the country? So this is something that the Goa police will now try to find out. But the focus at this point in time of the Goa police is actually to make sure that the legal procedures that are in place over here, that could be followed in the right sense, so that the Luthra brothers or the lawyers does not find any loophole in the investigation that is being done by them. So it remains to be seen what will happen. We are still awaiting for the MLC to come to an end. One of the brothers, as I mentioned, has complained of a slight chest pain, and that is the reason why the requisite tests that are required before producing the report in front of the courts, that is something that is being done at this point. But yes, I have been following them, and there is very little answering that has been done by the Luthra brothers. In fact, none of them even have uttered a word at this point in time. So as they will get out from here, we will yet again try to get their voice. We will yet again try to pose those questions to them, trying to figure out that what was the reason due to which they decided to flee from the country, who actually suggested them to flee from the laws of the land, and what eventually was the exact procedure due to which they were actually running this club illegally for the past many, many years.
Right, do stay on with us. Simran, as far as the investigation goes, there are a lot of loose ends that still need to be tied together, and that's something that the Goa police will be looking at. But the focus, of course, is going to be on this particular establishment, which has been demolished, which has been charred completely after the blaze, which is Birch by Romeo Lane. Are we expecting this duo to be taken to the spot as well today as part of the investigation?
Well, absolutely. Right now, when we speak of where I'm coming to you from, this is the Anjuna police station. And at the Anjuna police station, let me first tell you that after their medical examination, as my colleague has also given out the details, we have the information so far that the medical examination will be completed. And later on, then after that, it is likely that they will be brought to the police station, or at least afterwards, they will be taken to the court. For that confirmation, it is for the police to ultimately take the final or the last call. But what we are also likely expecting here is that after the lawyer of Ajay Gupta, the person who has been arrested in connection with the same violation, he has come here, and as Ajay Gupta is present at this police station, at Anjuna police station, where in fact the FIR has also been lodged and they face severe charges as well. Ajay Gupta is present here, and many officials have also reached here. We have seen their cavalcade also come here as well. And what we also understand from this point of time, let me put some light on the fact that as the part of the investigation and the procedural examination is concerned, today so far police is not likely to take them to the spot at all. That would in fact be initiated. That process is likely to be in place to take them to the crime scene once they take the remand of the two accused, and that will only be possible once they are produced before the court, as we have the information that it is likely to be seeking, the police is going to seek likely 14 days of police custody of both the accused Luthra brothers. But as far as the matter of this entire case is concerned, right now it is definitely going as per the procedural manner in which they will have to be first medically examined, as one of the brothers have already complained of the chest pain. That will also be now adhered to as per the procedures. Goa police is definitely going to at some point bring them to Anjuna police station, while the custody, when this will be granted, then it will be in fact from this police station only that all the information and the Goa police conducting the interrogation will be taking place. Back to you.
Right, so we'll keep a track of what transpires there in Goa as the investigation now shifts focus there. For the moment, Anshul and Simran, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Shifting focus now to the Delhi's air emergency, the crisis that we see every single winter. It's the pollution, the plummeting air quality index that every Delhiite has to suffer with. Unfortunately, for the Delhi government, an apology seems enough. Yesterday, we had the Delhi Environment Minister offer a conditional apology over the air crisis. He said, we are doing all that we can and that this is an inherited problem, that the BJP cannot fix everything that has been handed to them for over a decade in just 8-9 months. But that has now been firmly rejected, not just by the opposition, but by voters of the national capital who say that words alone cannot address this worsening pollution, that apology is not what's needed, action is. Manjinder Singh Sirsa, the Environment Minister of Delhi, however, continues to blame the previous Aam Aadmi Party government, insisting that the issue could not be resolved in just this much time. He says we need at least 2 to 5 years to finish this. Meanwhile, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Singh Mann has dismissed claims that his state is responsible for this air emergency in the NCR. He's rejected any attempts made by the BJP to shift the blame on Punjab. The air pollution situation has now drawn international attention as well. There are several embassies with their offices, their staff living in Delhi who've come out with advisories, at least from Singapore, the United Kingdom and Canada, that all of their nationals in India, especially in the National Capital Region, must be on the lookout for these health risks that rise from pollution levels in northern India. The political flashpoint, meanwhile, continues to escalate on the sidelines.
With several AQI monitoring stations installed around green belt, why the government has installed these AQI monitoring stations in green belts?
So none of the AQI station has been installed by us. All those AQI stations are installed by Aam Aadmi Party. This answer could be better given by the Aam Aadmi Party rather than me, because during my tenure, no AQI station has yet been installed first. The 6 new AQI stations which are coming now are also approved by Aam Aadmi Party during the earlier minister's tenure, and whatever place they have approved, we have agreed to install on that same place.
Now, in view of the rising pollution and the plummeting air quality index, the Delhi government has taken several key decisions. 2 major ones include 10,000 rupees as direct benefit transfer to the accounts of all registered and verified construction workers that have been halted because the imposition of GRAP 4, which halts all construction activities, and 50% work from home has now been made mandatory not only for government offices but also for private employers. As far as work from home is concerned, emergency services such as healthcare, the police, all of those will be exempt. Essential services have always remained exempt from these kind of norms that have been put in place. But for now, the Delhi government has decided that not only is GRAP 4 required, but some other measures also need to be taken.
आज श्रम मंत्रालय ये निर्देश जारी कर रहा है सभी प्रतिष्ठानों के लिए, दिल्ली के सरकारी और प्राइवेट सभी प्रतिष्ठानों में कल से मैक्सिमम केवल 50% अटेंडेंस अलाउ होगी। बाकी 50% लोगों को वर्क फ्रॉम होम ये मैंडेटरी सभी प्रतिष्ठानों को देना होगा। ग्रैप 3 के दौरान जो कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम बंद था, उससे दिल्ली के कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर, निर्माण मजदूर प्रभावित हुए थे। खासतौर पे जो लोग दिहाड़ी के हिसाब से काम करते हैं, जिनको रोज का काम का पैसा मिलता है, उनकी आमदनी बंद हुई थी। मुख्यमंत्री महोदया के द्वारा दिल्ली के लेबर डिपार्टमेंट ने, श्रम मंत्रालय ने, श्रम विभाग ने यह निर्णय लिया है कि सभी रजिस्टर्ड वेरीफाइड जो कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर हैं, निर्माण मजदूर हैं, ग्रैप 3 का कंपनसेशन 10,000 रुपए सबके खातों में दिल्ली सरकार के द्वारा भेजा जाएगा। ये ग्रैप 4 के लिए भी, जब ग्रैप 4 समाप्त होगा, ग्रैप 4 के दिनों को भी हम काउंट करेंगे और ग्रैप 4 का भी कंपनसेशन हम सभी रजिस्टर्ड वेरीफाइड कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स के खातों में भेजेंगे। तो 10,000 रुपए दिल्ली के हर निर्माण मजदूर जो रजिस्टर्ड है और वेरीफाइड है, उन सबके खातों में दिल्ली सरकार के द्वारा सीधे उनके खातों में डीबीटी करके 10,000 रुपए भेजे जाएंगे। यह निर्णय लिया गया है। और इसमें एक चीज और है कि ये रजिस्ट्रेशन की प्रोसेस कंटिन्यू जारी है। तो मैं आपके माध्यम से ये भी अपील करना चाहता हूं सभी कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स से, निर्माण मजदूरों से।
Nivedita, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details on this. Nivedita, several measures have now been announced by the state government in Delhi. But many would say, not just political rivals of the BJP, but many citizens of Delhi would also say that all of these measures are a little too late.
Yes. So the almost 3 major announcements were issued by the Delhi government in the last 24 hours. That include the work from home for almost half of all the organizations that are registered in Delhi, be it businesses or private office and government offices. And also the government has banned all the all the vehicles which are below BS6 and are not registered in Delhi. And the third major change that the government has announced is that all vehicles need to have a valid PUCC to get refueled at the petrol, diesel and CNG pumps. So yeah, all these 3 measures came at a time when the AQI was already over 400 and 450 in parts of Delhi. And the opposition as well as the environmentalists have been saying that these measures should have been taken way before the AQI crossed the very poor and poor mark, and not at a time when the AQI reached the severe category.
Well, whether the air clears up or not, the politics clearly is not. For the moment, though, Nivedita, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Yesterday, we had the Delhi Environment Minister, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, come out and offer a conditional apology for the situation and the crisis that we face here in the National Capital Region. The opposition outrightly rejecting that apology, claiming that actions need to speak louder than words. Let's listen into some of those reactions.
माफी मांगने का क्या फायदा है? काम करें, ठीक कराएं। हमने कहा कि सब इकट्ठे होकर हम कुछ अच्छे ठोस निर्णय लें, लेकिन यहाँ तो चर्चा भी नहीं हो रही है।
आर्टिफिशियल रेन कब होगी? जब सरकार इनकी बनी थी तब से कह रहे हैं आर्टिफिशियल रेन कराएंगे। मार्च निकल गया, अप्रैल निकल गया, जून निकल गया, जुलाई निकल गया। सिरसा जी एज एनवायरमेंट मिनिस्टर और रेखा गुप्ता एज चीफ मिनिस्टर पहले दिन से फ्रॉड कर रहे हैं दिल्ली वालों के साथ। आपकी एक ही मंशा थी कि हम AQI के आंकड़ों में किसी तरीके से फर्जीवाड़ा करके आंकड़ों में पॉल्यूशन कम करके दिखा दें। दिल्ली वाले खांसते रहे, मर जाए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, आंकड़े कम होने चाहिए। सिरसा जी, आपको माफी प्रदूषण के लिए नहीं मांगनी, आपको सबसे पहले माफी फर्जीवाड़े के लिए मांगनी है कि आपने दिल्ली वालों के साथ फर्जीवाड़ा किया।
पंजाब के सभी बड़े शहरों का AQI जो है वो 70 से लेके 110 के बीच है। मालवा में, माझा में, दोआबा में, जहां भी धान की बुआई होती है, पराली की समस्या खड़ी होती है, इस वक्त दिल्ली का AQI जो है 450 और 500 के बीच है। तो इस वक्त तो पंजाब का धुआं नहीं आ रहा ना। अब तो ये मानते हो ना कि पंजाब के धुएं का कोई योगदान नहीं है दिल्ली का वातावरण खराब करने में। 70 से 80% पराली जलाने के केसों में कमी आई है। सेंटर सरकार भी दिल्ली में बैठी है और दिल्ली में जो सरकार है वो एफर्ट करे। पंजाब को इस राजनीतिक लड़ाई में मत खींचो।
Shifting focus now to Uttar Pradesh, where a shocking incident has come to light from the Shamli district, where a man allegedly killed his wife and 2 daughters over a family dispute and because she was not wearing a burqa. According to the police, the woman had gone to her parental home after a disagreement with her husband and was not wearing a niqab or a burqa. Enraged, the accused in this case, Farooq, allegedly shot his wife and elder daughter and strangled his younger one. He then buried all 3 bodies in a pit in the courtyard of his house, originally dug for a toilet. He has also confessed to his crimes, is what the police have now confirmed.
कार कर ली, पुलिस को मौके पे लाके डेड बॉडी बरामद करा दे। डेड बॉडी निकल चुकी है। इसमें हम लोग डेड बॉडी को PM के लिए भिजवा रहे हैं और फारूक हमारे हिरासत, उससे हमारी डिटेल और पूछताछ हो रही है। उसने पूरी घटना कारित करना स्वीकार किया है। उसके फादर जो दाऊद है, उन्होंने पूरी घटना बताई कि साहब मुझे शक था कि कुछ घटना इसने कारित की है, इसलिए मैंने प्रधानगिरी पुलिस को बताया था। जो आला कत्ल है वही बरामद हो गया है, कारतूस बरामद हो गया है, डेड बॉडी बरामद हो गई है। घटना का लगभग मोटिव भी क्लियर हो गया है इसमें। तो मुझे लगता कि एक झूठी शान के खातिर कि हमारी पत्नी बिना बुरके के, बिना नकाब के चली गई, अभी पहला मोटिव तो यही निकला है, लेकिन और भी हमारी पुलिस इसमें बातचीत कर रही है, कहीं कोई और भी इसमें एंगल ना हो उसके पत्नी की हत्या का। इस बात को लेकर हमारी जांच इसमें चल रही है।
मौत का कारण है वो बताया जा रहा है कि पत्नी बिना बुर्के और नकाब के अपनी मायके गई थी, जिसके बाद सन की पति फारूक ने उसकी हत्या का षड्यंत्र रचा और पत्नी सहित 2 बेटियों की गोली मारकर हत्या कर दी। ये वही जगह है, मैं अपने कैमरामैन से कहूंगा दिखाएं, ये वही जगह है जहां पर जो है फारूक अपनी पत्नी ताहिरा के साथ रहता था। पत्नी ताहिरा के साथ उसका विवाद हुआ, जिसको लेकर के जो है पत्नी अपनी मायके चली गई और वह घर से बिना बुर्के और नकाब के निकली थी। इसी बेड पर जो है जो आरोपी फारूक है उसने अपनी पत्नी ताहिरा को जो है गोली मार दी, जिसकी आवाज़ सुनकर जो है उसकी बड़ी बेटी वहाँ पर पहुंची। उसके बाद जो है फारूक को आभास हुआ कि जो उसकी बड़ी बेटी है वो भी जो है इस पूरे मामले का पर्दाफाश करेगी। उसने जो है उसको भी गोली मार दी। ये वही मकान है जहाँ पर जो है उसने दूसरी गोली अपनी बेटी को मारी और उसको भी जो है मौत के घाट उतार दिया। जब 2 गोलियों की आवाज़ सुनाई दी तो उसकी तीसरी बेटी भी जो है बाहर निकल कर आई, तो उसने जो है अपनी तीसरी बेटी की गला दबाकर हत्या कर दी। इस पूरे हत्याकांड के बाद जो है फारूक ने निर्मम तरीके से जो है तीनों की गोली मारकर हत्या कर दी और इस हत्याकांड को छुपाने के लिए अपने ही घर के आंगन में जो है करीब 7 फीट गहरा गड्ढा खोदा और तीनों के शवों को जो है वहाँ पर दफना दिया। बेटी और माँ ताहिरा को जो है इसी गड्ढे में दफनाया गया। देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से जो गड्ढे की गहराई है वो लगभग जो है 7 से 8 फीट है और खुद ही उसने इस गड्ढे को खोदा और इसमें जो है माँ और 2 बेटियों को जो है इसमें दफन कर दिया, ताकि इस पूरे हत्याकांड का राज फाश ना हो सके, पता ना चल सके, पुलिस इस पूरे घटनाक्रम को ना समझ पाए।
This is a triple murder that has now come to the fore from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli, where the accused killed his wife and 2 daughters, then dug a pit in the backyard of his home and buried them there. The accused fled the scene after the incident, but the police eventually tracked him down. He has been arrested and has also confessed to his crime, is what we're now learning. The motive behind this horrific crime is that there was a disagreement between the husband and wife, the victim and the accused in this particular case, after which she with her daughters was at her parental home without a burqa or a niqab. That enraged the accused in the case, which forced him or prompted him to remove his revolver and shoot her dead. Ankur, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details on this. Ankur, on the face of it, it looks like that the real reason of why this happened is because he was enraged that she exercised her choice of clothing and did not wear a burqa when she was away from her home or with the husband. But is there any other motive that the police is also looking at?
Yes, certainly. So cops are looking all the angles, and prima facie it seems that he was very angry when his wife left the place without wearing burqa, and I am at the spot where he actually dug a pit and buried all 3 bodies inside it. So now it is on your screen. You can see that he alone, Farooq, the main accused, he alone dig this. This is approximately 10 feet deep, and he alone dug this pit, and first he killed his wife, and later after the gunshot a daughter was wake up and she came at the spot, and Farooq also shot another the daughter, and later after the shot of the bullet another daughter heard that sound, and he also killed the second daughter. So after killing all 3 2 daughters and mother, he buried them inside this pit. So certainly this is the place where Farooq asked his wife to have a cup of tea with him on 9. So after 5-6 days, cops got information from the Pradhan of the village, and he told him that the wife and 2 kids are missing from this village, and Farooq has told them that they just left the place without telling anything. After the strict interrogation with Farooq, cops got to know that Farooq has killed his wife and 2 daughters. After he got to know that his wife left the place without wearing the burqa, and it happened almost a month back. He was very angry with that, and he primarily he decided to kill his wife, but since the 2 daughters were also witness to that, so he killed them also. Importantly, there were other 2 kids who were also sleeping near to the crime spot, but those kids didn't wake up. And finally, Farooq told the police that since they didn't wake up at that time, so I didn't kill them. Finally, he dug this pit and buried all of them. Back to you.
Right, Ankur, thank you so much for getting us the latest from the ground there in Shamli, where this horrific crime has now come to the fore.